to talk about the Titanic, people. So,
Yes.
so I guess James Cameron back in the day pioneered that whole going down to the Titanic thing. He was like he was one of the very first to go down there, and then they made the movie and everything. And since then, nobody's really gone down very much until the last 2 or 3 years, and they commercialized it. And now people are going down like mad, like all the time. They're sending people down to this thing. It's expensive. It's $250,000 a seat, and they got like 4 or 5 seats to sell, and then maybe a pilot, I'm presuming. And they went down the other day. It's 13,000 feet of water plus, by the way, in the North Atlantic, and they lost them. And the news is like, we hope they find them. The search continues, and I'm like, wait, see, they're 13,000. Let me see the ship. Hey, they're dead. They're all dead. What are y'all doing? We're wasting our time. They're 96 so dead.
Hours of air, right?
Oh, what I mean is they're going to die. Like if I send you into deep space with 96 hours of air, same situation. They're dead. They're dead.
And it's like they're searching for them. Like, what are they searching for them with? Sonar?
Yeah.
Another.
They've got the Navy's there, right? Like, but it won't matter. They won't. So find
this sub basically was. I saw the tourists paid like $200,000 or something absurd to go down in this honestly shitty looking little thing that didn't have enough windows for what if you're paying to you need.
Are
windows.
you used to better submarines, Taylor?
You would if let's say this. Let's say you and I both pay $250,000 and we're down by the Titanic, and I go, "Hey Woody, do you mind moving so I can get a chance to look out the porthole?" That's infuriating. There should be. If I get bored of the Titanic, there should be current movies in theaters currently that I can pull down a little thing with and start watching.
Who wants to see the movie Titanic? It's playing in the back.
There should be food. You think you start watching the movie in the back? But basically, so this thing failed. Somewhere close to the Titanic. Did they even?
It goes to 13,000 feet below the surface, and Taylor's like, "Need more windows."
Look, what are you going to see? You're going to all huddle around the front and look?
So
maybe a screen
with this
door?
picture, like those four tanks around the side aren't part of it. And then obviously the big flat aluminum. There we go. Yeah, there's not a lot to this motherfucker. They are dead.
So that thing stopped working. It's sitting on the ocean floor.
They don't know what happened. No, they lost contact. They don't know where it is, Taylor, there are 2 huge ocean currents, one coming from the south and one coming down from the north that pass right through here. They don't know where these guys are. They're halfway to England
or something.
GPS, they're under 2 miles of water.
I guess 2 miles. That's a good amount of water.
Yeah. Do you still have service 2 miles?
They're in a blackness you can't even fathom.
Titanic wreck site?
Man, you're right. They're in trouble. Yeah, man. What do you think the moment was like when they're like, "This is our tomb"? Or like, because there's no way I saw some shit that was like, they've got air for another 14 hours. And it's like, no, they don't. Like, there is no way.
I bet they're in there right now panicking. My money would be they're in there right now going, well, we're dead. Anybody want to fuck?
Oh my God. I was just waiting I was like, we got 10 hours to live. And I could still get it up.
Wait, did it just stopped working, or there was damage?
It's hard. They should make a movie about it because they do this all the time.
Oh,
like what was the one with Marky Mark or whatever his name was?
The Perfect Storm, where they imagined the whole sword fishing trip. But in this, like a portal opens up and they went down into the center of the earth, did all sorts of exploring down there, and the other realm, the upside down.
Did you see the controller the guy was using to direct that submarine? Literally Mad Catz.
Yeah.
A Mad Catz controller.
Why wouldn't it be though?
I mean,
because the stock controllers are better.
$250K, yeah, at least.
He had longer thumbsticks on it. He had like control freaks made, but
control freaks on it.
He really did. He had these long, like custom made control freaks on it.
Maybe that was his first mission with the control freaks. Threw him off a little bit. The angles.
I mean,
I think it's the submarines. They, in Walmart when you go to play the games, how they have that thing the Xbox controller's stuck to, like that flexible thing. I've seen that same setup in submarines with an Xbox controller. You know, like they don't reinvent the wheel when it comes to those controllers. They use video game controllers in the military a lot.
Do you think like for the submarine, like A, B, do you think they do stuff like boost?
Yeah, that's your B is your turbo mode for the nuclear submarine.
Yeah.
How do they drop a turtle shell out the back? That's the whopper.
Yeah, they keep doing the oil slick.
R3. You gotta click the thumbstick in. Everybody misses that one.
Yeah. What they need to do to get out of this is Up, down, left, right, A, B, down, up, left, right.
That's all weapons. That's going to get them nowhere.
No, that will. That's either with subs or a finishing move in Mortal Kombat. It's one of those.
Yeah, they're so dead. A shame.
Stepson of missing billionaire attends Blink 182 concert amid rescue efforts. Good gosh.
He
Maybe
looks
the
so fucking
stepson
on the
of the
spectrum,
billionaire.
dude. It was this chunky dude, and the text reads something like, probably not cool to be here right now, but this is how. Oh, you got it. Oh, yeah, that's him. That's the picture of him at the. Look at the smile. It's like about to inherit some money.
Wait, who? That's one of the trapped guys?
No, that's his stepson, who's at a Blink 182 concert right now, posting on like Facebook and Twitter, like, probably shouldn't be here right now, but gotta support the Blink. It was something like that. Oh, that's terrible. Well, I'm glad I wasn't on that fucking tomb sent miles beneath the water to die and suffocation, hopefully.
Yeah.
Not a giant squid ripping it apart until the water just gushes in.
That'd be faster.
It would. It's scarier.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's already such a scary place to be, the bottom of the sea. Just hoping, like, I would be down there like, there has to be some technology, perhaps a larger submarine.
There
something.
is. There is. Like the Navy has all that stuff. They're looking for them. The Navy has stuff they can go down there and grab them, bring them up, dock with them. Maybe not with them because of what that is, but it can dock with like real submarines.
You know what they should?
You know, they go down sometimes.
Take another version of that same submarine, put it in the same area, direct it the same way, and then see where that one goes.
Drop it in and just see what happens.
Yeah,
that
and
assumes,
then you go, now we know which way to go.
Do we know where it was when we lost it?
No.
That's the
that's the challenge.
Losing.
Well, I lost him again.
It's like Kyle lost his keys. Okay, Kyle, where did you leave them?
Yeah, it's so not helpful. Just asking people where's the last thing you remember putting it. Well, I haven't checked there yet. Like,
I know, right?
I was looking in my neighbor's closet, like being quiet, poking around their trash in front of their house.
Usually when I've completely lost something, it's fallen out of my pocket in a chair or a car. That's almost this chair. Even like my phone can fall out and fall like a perfect fucking sliver down into the crevice of this thing, and it's invisible. It's just perfectly hidden, and that's usually where it is. Down exploring for the Titanic this week and died. And what I was most surprised by, like, the internet's always a dark place. There's always going to be like some people who make some mean jokes about it, but everybody seems to think it's real funny that some billionaires like died this week, and it's like, haha, the billionaires suffered and died.
Why didn't you pull yourself up out of the water with your bootstraps?
Yeah.
I
And
have
it's
seen
like,
some of that. Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, why do people actually hate billionaires? Like maybe there's one billionaire in particular you don't like. Like, oh, I don't like Elon Musk. I don't like what he does, or I don't like fucking Donald Trump, whatever. But anyone with money, we hate.
Mr. Beast could like cure cancer, but if he had a hot dog earlier, someone would point out he has mustard on his shirt and he's a piece of shit. Probably.
Yeah, he gets so much hate. They're like, Mr. Beast is a bastard. Look at him sadistically curing deafness in children for views.
It's like, all ego.
It is for views. You're brilliant. You mean he was making YouTube content to reach the widest audience possible? You really cracked the case here. What a piece of shit. What a scumbag. Like,
it's all ego. That like it's if you're doing too well or if you're doing really bad, people will either kick you. People will kick you on both ends of the spectrum, Yeah. I try to just stay in the middle. So this is why I'll never be a billionaire.
Yeah, the reason that like people.
That's why I've avoided that trap as well.
Like,
that's like when people are like, I'll go to the gym, but I don't want to get too big. It's like, I'll work hard, but I don't want to be a billionaire.
I don't want to be too good looking or too rich. People will hate on me.
Yeah, I'm gonna wake up one morning and these abs are gonna be offensively large. It's gonna be out of nowhere, and I'm gonna have to eat pizzas to correct it.
I saw the bathroom in the submarine was 2 bottles and some Ziploc bags.
Ooh.
Yeah, by that logic, I have a bathroom right under my utensil drawer in my kitchen. There's bags and all sorts of things.
I have a bathroom right next to me, if that's the case, yeah.
I saw that the American subs only go 1,500 feet down. It was like 1,550. And that surprised me because this thing was like 12,000 feet down. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Damn, it's really deep.
Well,
Yeah.
Did you see the?
There's only like all
window-
subs only go like that comparatively short distance down. The only other vessel that can go down that deep apparently is owned by Gabe, like Newell, who invented steam. He has it's got a cool name also, and it's like the Deep Sea Explorer, and he has the world record for deepest descents in all 5 oceans.
Yeah, it's called like the Triton or something.
I was
you
so
see
lost. Owned by Gabe, and then you said his last name, which I didn't gather, and then you said he invented steam.
Yeah,
I'm like, wasn't that invented like a really long time?
You mean Archimedes?
No, he was the first to harness it.
I'm like, how does a man invent steam?
You know what's fun? Like the Gabe Newell like sub. I saw exactly what you're talking about, Kyle.
Yeah.
And when you see a picture of Gabe Newell's sub Triton or whatever it's called, you can tell it's a real submarine. Like it's like, oh, none of that was from Home Depot. That was from like wemakesubs.org. Like all the pieces were special ordered. Like you can see the picture here. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Looks real and secure. There's a million cameras and things. When I watched a 20-minute video of course on YouTube, there's everything. There's a guy with like 150,000 subs who's like, I'm the sub man. He's a sub expert. And I watched a 20-minute video of him from like 3 days ago. And literally he was like, these people are dead. Like there is a lot of discussion about air being left and how that would work, but they are dead. Like the window was rated for 1,500 meters and they are 12,000 feet down. They were crushed instantly. The idea they're rationing air is silly. And at the end of that video, I was kind of like, yeah, but this guy, he is the submarine man. And it does make sense that like, what was it just hanging out down there thousands of feet?
Sounds like he was right about everything.
Yeah. It seems
they found the wreckage, right? Like you're up to speed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are they sure it's the wreckage?
Yeah, they're pieces of it. Like it's like the standing gear and stuff.
Yeah, apparently it imploded and the people died instantly. They're just done. Then they said they died instantly.
They would.
A while ago.
Yeah,
it's sad to see all the backlash because it's like for one, it takes a certain amount of bravery to do that. I think like I wouldn't fucking do it. You know?
No, not that.
So I don't know. It's just armchair people. Like Twitter's just fucking cancer.
Yeah,
Like,
it's so analogous to the action. And I mean, this is not a novel take. I've seen so many people talking about it. Like it's so similar to the Titanic itself. Like the guy in charge of it was told, like, this is not safe. Like this is going to kill you. And they fired that guy and settled outside of court. And like he knew, like apparently the first test they did, they just lost communication at like 3,000 feet or whatever, 3,000 meters, whatever it was. Like that's like, and then just getting back in and going and doing again. Like I couldn't wrap my mind around the video I watched where he's like, and it's a Bluetooth controller. And I'm like, I know nothing about subs, but this is a bad idea, sir. And the CEO, he was like, we know it's a Logitech dog shit 2-star on Amazon device, and the guy's like, this is something that's made to be beaten around by 16-year-olds, and he like lightly throws it to show how durable it is, and he's like, we got multiple other controllers here just in case, and it's like, oh okay,
I got mad.
That's where you want to have a Bluetooth pairing issue, is at the bottom of the sea. Like
I had no problem with the controller. I don't get why people have an issue with it. I have seen Xbox controllers in multi-billion-dollar pieces of United States military equipment.
It's wired.
It's what we use.
Everything. They don't do wireless shit for like submarines. They don't like things.
Well, look, I don't know about if it's wireless. That seems like an oversight.
Insane.
I'd want to. Let's plug that bitch in and make sure.
Yeah.
let's come on. But
Did
all
anyone
the same.
bring batteries?
Oh my god! If you battery's low, we'll be fine. We're gonna be down there for 2 hours. Don't worry, it's on red, but we're fine. I'll lick them.
Does anybody have a Walkman? Perhaps I could borrow your Duracell.
I need 18 AAA batteries.
Yes.
so the official statement, like, did they at a certain point did they know they were dying, or did they just fucking implode randomly?
If it implodes, you're just dead.
Mike, I'm just guessing here, but that's how they make movies. That on its way down, it was just sinking. They all knew they were in trouble, and then implode dead.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
It's
not
seemingly
that.
like if it implodes and it's carbon fiber, like they said that makes it just absolutely instant because it shatters. And so it's just powderized.
Well, if the window broke, it just immediately threw them under. If at 12,000 feet, it's probably 6,000 psi. So I mean that an oxygen cylinder that we play paintball with, like the scary carbon fiber wrap ones, are 3,000 psi. They're like double that at that depth. And so they just, I don't know what happens to a human body, but we have seen that. I think there's a video. There's definitely images of those. There's 2 or 3 of those submersion divers. The ones who do like they live at that deep depth where they're doing the welding and stuff. And someone operated the airlock improperly. Like they would have had to have ignored like 2 or 3 warnings, but they opened the pressure seal and everybody was pressured to, I don't know, a couple thousand psi, and they just explode. They just like
apparently what happens like this far down
chunks.
I was reading, and who knows if this is true or not, but because I'd never considered it. Apparently, like it's so much psi that it like compresses the air so violently that it like is an explosion down there, and so like your body would just be gooified, like just it's just like an explosion. You're just not.
Think of all the little critters on the bottom of the ocean eating them. Probably.
It's still better than like 95% of the deaths that people get. Like, I think dying in general sucks.
Yeah.
These guys got an instant one like that.
And it's cool. I mean, they did something like very brave.
It is cool. Yeah. I think that people are overlooking that.
People are just shitty. Like,
yeah, you're 100% right about that.
I'd rather go to space.
Like, why would people want to go down? It's like, yeah, that's not my area of interest. But if you're an explorer, it makes 100% sense.
People climb Mount Everest.
People climb. Why do people climb mountains? Why do you go to the bottom of the ocean? Because they're adventurers.
I saw this fucking. It was really cool. This video of it was Everest, and it's this woman kind of freaking out, and some guys like telling her to like stop freaking out. But then they're climbing Everest, and like someone's sliding down because they've like passed out, and they're sliding down the mountain. Like I saw that video a couple months ago, I think, on Twitter. But so people die climbing. Oh yeah. There was one guy up there that I think they just called him like green boots or something because he froze to death, and he's just they can't get him off. He's frozen to the mountain.
I mean, nobody wants him either.
Yeah,
apparently green boots is an important landmark.
Yeah.
Like,
so like people want to challenge themselves. People want to explore. I mean, if they die, they die. So.
That seems like
I don't buy that you can't get the bodies or clean if you wanted to. Like, I feel like people are always like, I got other things to do. I'm trying to climb Everest.
Sherpas. Like you don't even have to do it. You just have to show up there with enough money to pay Sherpas to, instead of hauling 200 pounds of gear, take a trash can with you and come back with it full.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, there are people who do that for a living and
or burn that shit.
Don't care very much.
Take 20 gallons of fuel up there, pile that shit up, and melt it. I don't think there's going to be an environmental impact. Let's just melt it down right up there. Go up it's close to you're on Mount Everest. It's going to make stars instantly.
All right, that's a solid point.
Why do we want the bodies removed? Like, it's kind of a good reminder of what you're doing.
It's a good, just skulls everywhere as you get up there.
It makes it not even skulls, just like frozen, dead-eyed, glassy faces. Just like some guy like in mid-screen.
Oh yeah, I guess there wouldn't be skulls.
I just passed the screaming child. We're almost to the top.
I wonder what their bodies look like up there. I bet they're pretty well
they're very
preserved.
Yeah, I think there wouldn't even be skulls. I don't think
it's freezer burned, but
they get that thing where it's like the skin's still there, but it's like like the lips are like black and like burned and like freezer burned.
It probably looked like wax, I'd imagine, but I've never seen a frozen dead body. So
yeah, I've only seen frozen dead bodies. I went on a big like
looking at one right now.
YouTube rabbit hole where I just was like reading lists and like reading everyone who's died on Everest and like the pictures of them, and then some of them are like, that's Orange Belt. We don't know who Orange Belt is, and no one's ever turned him over. So we're never going to know who Orange Belt is.
These bodies are not as attractive as I expected.
No, not sexy at all, huh?
Dead.
Well, I mean, I'd do them, but it's hard.
Gross.
It'd be tough.
Freezing.
It'd be one of my tougher ejaculates.
Dude, that sub. I've been thinking so much about that sub thing of like, I know me that I wouldn't have got on that craft to go 50 feet down. Like I'm not saying that I'm terrified of like the idea of it. If it was Gabe Newell's one and I saw that, I'd be like, I'm comfortable with this. Oh, there's YouTube videos I can find of this thing doing what we're about to do successfully. Like, okay, let's do that. This
That's
other
all it
thing,
takes.
Yeah, like I'd go down a little bit and I don't want to go all the way down.
What if this guy had a YouTube video? Like he probably did, right? But this wasn't the maiden voyage, was it?
They had never had a successful voyage this far.
I thought they'd been going up and down for years.
Not that far.
Some guy on Reddit said he had done it a few times and they lost communication every time he did it. But I mean, it's the guy on Reddit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's also it's a guy on Reddit. They don't know. It's the guy who found the Boston bomber.
Well, I would much rather go to like space than although $250,000 to go down the Titanic is a lot different than what was it to fly up on the Soyuz back in the day. The Russians were charging 20 million, I think. 20 million, something like that. Yeah, to go up in to the International Space Station.
In space, like at least going down in the ocean, you're gonna see like all the cool, or hopefully you'll see cool deep fish and stuff you don't see otherwise.
I'm on the other team, Taylor. I think in the ocean your visibility is like 6 feet, even with good light.
I was gonna say, I think space has aliens too, man. Like
and
aliens
in space, your visibility is like a million miles.
But what else can you look at up there?
Aliens.
The Earth.
Look at the other
stars, planets,
the moon,
the Earth, and then you go, man, that's nice. What else you got up here? And you're like, shit. 3 minutes in, and he's asking what else we have. You know,
I saw this from my parents.
He already clogged the shitter.
Yeah. Honestly, the photoshopped pictures NASA posts on Twitter are way better. This looks like shit. Like getting mad that it's not as good as the Photoshop NASA pictures.
You brought your binoculars, Woody. Now you can see 35 times larger than before. So now it's only 1 trillion miles away. Great.
Yeah, you stare into the blackness of space. Wow, neat.
I wouldn't say I've almost died exploring, but I did go on a really remote like wilderness hike to this big waterfall, and brought my camera with me, like a professional deal, and nearly dropped it. And in my haste to grab the camera, because it's fucking expensive, I slipped. The camera's fine, but I slipped and fell on a rock, like just feet went out from under me, back hit the rock, and I was like this close from hitting my head. Pretty close. Slipped, fell into the waterfall, like ravine or whatever, and started like floating down the river. And I'm like, oh shit, this is not good. But I could have, I'm out there alone, nothing out there, nobody for miles. So
you would have been on really first bad. 48.
Yeah, and after that, I'm like, well,
I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah,
I shouldn't be alive.
I was that close that if I knocked myself out, could have drowned. Like
that would have been such a terrible way to die.
Yeah.
What?
Like, I just mean, I don't mean like the experience of dying that way. I mean like falling down and dying in such a meaningless way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think a lot of us get to have some go out with a bang Marvel movie ending. I think. I mean, you could arrange that. You could head over to Ukraine. Like you make that happen now.
I'm gonna build a wildly unsafe submarine when I'm like 80. That's how I'm gonna go.
It's just what are you going to be exploring though? Like what's the gimmick? What are you going down there to look for?
I'm going to explore the wreckage of the Titan.
It's just a chain of people dying over and over. I'm going to explore the wreckage that explored the Titan.
It's like
but you're not a billionaire, so one rowboat.
We can't find the sub. We sit in to find the sub. We sit in to find the
sub. I've got a hefty bag over the windows, like it's like someone's car without insurance.
Taylor just goes, "No, it's okay. I'm the sub guy. Just turn into the sub guy. I'm the sub guy." I
watched a YouTube video, and this is the strongest PVC they sell in the for sale aisle at Lowe's.
How strong does PVC hold up against?
I mean, strong, a couple hundred pounds.
Not enough for a sub.
I did some plumbing.
I mean, water's regularly like 150 psi in places, like so way beyond that. All right, I'm gonna guess 800 psi for like 1 inch PVC.
600 is my guess. Ooh, 300 to 600.
Yeah, there you go.
Facts.
Facts. Now I know.
What about CPVC?
Yeah, what about it? No, don't look it up.
It's the same thing, but for heat. I don't know if it's stronger or not. That's what CVPCC is, right?
Well, we'll
for
get
heat?
to the bottom of it.
All right.